Good evening. You remove. Hello. For some reason, my switch, if I it's the black screen thing, I was about to set up a game for tonight. Be playing some more Viticulture. So I think last time I played on medium, just 4, and support's up to 6. Go that high. Stick with it. See what the settings are. Oh, the advanced mom and pop. Stick with it. Okay. Didn't realize it was. And the artist of the. It's no good. Wow, just realizing, like, they look like the NPCs look like they're very serious about their work right now. They're looking up at them right here. I know that I had tweeted earlier, but I wake up, I check a few things, and then looking like, oh, it's gonna be difficult. I think getting the trellis early. Actually, looking at what we have, we don't need trellis right away. We don't need the trellis. Trellis still. We're going to eventually need it. I've been seeing model progress, like breaking progress, and it's made me it's made me very happy. And also just kind of, the reality is coming closer. I have to do some things to prepare for that, you know. What do I need to do? When should I do it? When do you do anything? When do you do anything? So I think be coming up next week, perhaps. Maybe not early next week. Next week. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. I should probably explain what. So this is a worker placement game. I've played on stream before. 2 Tuesdays ago, I think. Hello, V. I just finished talking a tiny bit about the model update. Or rather, well, yeah, model update. I think I saw you watching the video. How's it going? Outside of that, that is. Like, you can talk about it if you'd like to, but... When do you wake up? 1 pound? What do you mean at 1 pound? Are you talking about, like, 1 pound as in money? Yeah, no, I woke up at It's been getting very comfy. My cat complained though. I woke up. That's why I woke up. Very insistent at that point. Yes, Typo is my. He's currently working on it in his Discord. Well, in the Discord that he shares with my mother. I'm trying to remember, is it Typo? Or is it Typo with like a score? Check. I have to actually look it up on Twitch. Wait, no, I could look it up on Twitter. He'll have a link. Is he not link? I keep misspelling like Twitch into Twitter, like double T for Twitch. Okay, typo underscore. Okay, thank you. And actually, I meant to do the other one. I meant to do Still has a recent broadcast up stream. Doing it different. Viticulture is a board game about worker placement. You are trying to earn points to win, and you earn points by successfully completing wine orders. You have to plant the wine, harvest the grapes, mash them, and then let them simmer for cellars. Vineyards. 1 pound is the fourth option. Yeah. Well, it's euros, I think. Actually, is it? Lira? Lira. Let me check. I did this before too, wondering like, what do I call the money? Because this is set in Italy, I believe. Let me check. Like, it feels weird that yes, the board game has a setting, and the setting is Italy. You're reading the rules. You should read rules of all the board games that you play before you start playing them. And that's how you learn they've been playing Monopoly for decades. Okay. It's Italy. So I have a physical copy too. It's not exactly a pound though. It doesn't quite look like a pound symbol. Yeah, no, because this isn't right. It's not a pound symbol. Maybe I spelt it wrong. I spelt it with a Y for lira, and that's not right. Italian currency before euro. Or euro. Okay, it is the lira. Lira. And had no official symbol, apparently. But the euro only has one slash through it. Euro only has one slash. So I had no official symbol. So like, what are they using here? Money symbol, like pound. Okay. With 2 lines. I don't know. Maybe it is just a stylistic difference. Maybe it is a stylist. A stone? Do you know what a stone is? Can you do calculations on what a stone is? I used to measure some characters. And my family would know how to quickly calculate with stones as well. But it's not something you really have to do often. It's just for body weight. Of course, you don't know what a stone is. Don't just have to know what a stone is. But it is kind of a neat trick to pull out. Said being able to weigh characters who would have that sort of concept. Stone. Okay. So there's going to be a tracker on the side to mark when we get to go. But I suppose first, I have to wonder how they determine who goes first here. Actually, is this the rule? Nope. Not the rule book. Using stone is the same as using yards? No? I suppose it would be, but I don't like I don't know how to measure a centimeter. I know how to measure inches and feet and such, but I wouldn't be able to tell you like, yes, my garden is X meters long. I know that one day I'm going. Well, actually, do I even have to make the switch? I don't think I did. First, my wake up order. When did you wake up? Yes, yes. I've played Viticulture before. I played it almost 2 weeks ago on stream. Well, about 2 weeks ago, actually. I'm the one with the big wine crate box. But yes, I have to pick what kind of benefit I want, and that will determine what order I go in. And there can be gaps, but the gaps don't really. Someone skips a. Some like as a group we skip the benefit. So right now, actually, interesting. Oh shit. Okay. More of a I don't remember the colors being quite so vibrant on what was selected, so I wonder if it was an error last time when it loaded, or if it's something that's been changed. It's part of the recently. I kind of doubt it. I don't think they've made it since I last played. So I'm blue, as evidenced by my card over here. Enemies, I'm sorry, not enemies. Fellow vintners are rivals, I would say, are yellow, green, and red. See the wake up order over here. So I chose benefit of going first, so I get to go first. We're represented by Cox in the morning. We go through 4 seasons. Spring is determining wake up order. Summer is placing on the yellow side of the board. Red is kind of a calculation period. And blue is placing on the blue side of the board. Winter. Winter is this half. So you can kind of also see the visual divide. There's actually, if you look very closely, there's a, you can kind of see a seam in the middle. A little bit between the frosty weather and the summer weather. They're not coworkers exactly. No one is my coworker. Exactly. Because I am a master vintner. I am the owner of this establishment. I have employees who I should be placing down. To my right. So what we need to do is we need to start planting some vines down. Well, some vines down. Then gathering from there. Actually, this is a very simple order. It's just a shame I can't do it yet. Okay, grower. The yellow cards like this are summer visitors. They can be played during summer. Spots over here. And they give you whatever benefit they say. Which I should not plant her, or I shouldn't use her card yet, because it wouldn't make it worthwhile. No one is my coworker here. There is no coworker. Not in this game. I really wanted to play this twice the week I brought it out, but I ended up learning a different game instead that week. I don't honestly remember what that game was. I think I tweeted about it, but I had 2 drinks and it was a new game, and if I saw it, I'd remember it. Um, so you know how sometimes people come into chat and be like, "Oh, have you tried X game?" And I'll be like, "No, I don't think I have." And then they'll show me a picture of it in progress, and like, "I have played that before. I don't remember when, but I." It's a bit like that. Like pieces of the rules come back. I won't be a total noob. So it's very much breadth over depth. Very much breadth. Okay. So the options that we have in the summer: drawing a card, a vine card. So another one of these, but different makeup. Hopefully, we can plant a vine card. We can play a summer visitor. We can give a tour to just get money. Build a structure like the trellis because we need some equipment to plant some kinds of wine, some certain things. And we could buy or sell grapes. A show from don't remember when that happens. Trying to seem I thought it was a movie. And I realized, wait, what if it was a TV series? And then it turned out to be a made for TV special. And it was not nearly as good as I remember. But there weren't too many things to fix. Limiter? Limiter? You mean my audio limiter? In the winter, we get to draw an order card, which would be. It might also be that I'm facing away from it. I need to get used to that. Realizing, like, oh, cutting out. Okay. That might be a case of echo. The only things I really change are my settings on NVIDIA Broadcast, where I basically remove the noise gate or not. I always keep echo removal on. Otherwise, it's awful. I never really bother with the limiter settings set up. I can remove. Check. I don't know what other noises it's gonna pick up. Let's see. Oh, well, limiter is different from the noise gate. So that would be like the noise gate? That would be the noise gate. Let me just double check also that I don't have the other thing off. And this might cause the screen to flash. Hopefully not. Because again, it doesn't really like having... It doesn't like itself not being the main focus. It doesn't like itself being the main focus, or not being the main focus. Okay, I have noise removal off, but room echo is still on. Okay. And I've shut the noise gate for now. Look at me. This is made by the same company that made Patchwork, the digital copy. So it's got some similarities with its UI, where it's a little... I think it's very decently laid out. The problem is that for things like this, there's not a whole lot of extra space for me to go. Like here, actually, it's pretty fine, but Patchwork was very tight. Patchwork was very tight. So I'm actually covering up, if I duck real quick, I'm actually covering up a few commands, like the undo button, the listing of all cards button, I guess. And they also, I really wish, so like on the screen here, they'll have the pop-ups for telling you what something does. But on these guys, on the main menu, they don't tell you at all, which is really annoying. Like, you already put in the effort to do that on the board. Why not on your UI? Like on the meta info. Let me let me duck back up. Unduck. Let me unduck. And the red ribbon? Yeah, but then I'm covering up these spaces on the board, which are much more important. I think there's like nothing really interesting where I am aside from these meta bits, which I really don't ever use. Like I shouldn't be using undo. There's also a chat box there, but there's no one to chat with except for you guys. So yeah, this was a better spot than anything else. The other option would be hanging upside down over in this corner. Like there's a nice big empty spot. Put us down there. No. No, I fit better in this space. And hopefully I'll fit better in the future too. Okay. Just checking actually real quick. So I picked... I wish I could see what everyone picked. Oh, I can do it this way. Click on here. This UI is also shared with the iOS version, tablet version and stuff. You can buy this game in multiple forms. If you have someone who owns it on Steam and someone who owns it on their iPad, you can play together because of their system. So it works. It works somehow. Okay, so someone else got an extra draw card, and no one went for the big worker. If you go dead last, you get an extra worker, which is really powerful. But then again, these are all like really good. So I'm going to actually do this. I believe there's also a card limit of 5. Non-green? Yeah, being green is actually kind of difficult for that. Being green's kind of difficult. So see, for this, we need a trellis for this particular card down here. And thankfully, we have one already, thanks to our papa. The mamas and papas at the beginning give us our starting hands and like starting equipment. It's a randomizer for that, which is pretty neat. But it's not part of the original base game, which is what I have. It's part of like the Essential Edition. It was an expansion, so like the game I have is a little bit of a mishmash of some stuff because I got it at different parts of time. Yeah, actually I have a pink screen, which is also not great, but it's more ideal than some other colors. It's more ideal than some other colors. Okay. We're gonna... I can't afford this. Let me check. Wait, no, I can check over here. So over here, if I click on this area, I can see what's currently planted in my fields, what's currently in my crushers, what's currently in the cellars, and what equipment I currently own. I have a trellis. In order to plant the Merlot, I need whatever this thing is, which again, like, oh, irrigation. Excellent. So it does tell me if I click, but I can't. I could afford it, actually. I could afford it, but I don't know if I need to. I think I'm gonna plant. Then it's just a case of, like, what do I plant? I suppose there's just the case of... Grower actually needs quite a bit. Like, you need to plant at least 6 cards. That's a lot of cards to get planted. So we're gonna plant. We're gonna plant 2 things in one field. So we're gonna plant the Sangiovese. Yes? Okay. I think this is it. And then we're gonna plant another grape. It's a little awkward because every time I click something, I have to confirm over here. It makes sense, but it's still a little frustrating. Oh, we're also gonna plant this over here. So we've lost 2 cards-ish. And all I have left is my grande worker. All I have left is my grande worker. Yep, that's my turn. They're building a cottage. It is a little worrisome that they're like... They are so Terminator looking. And I'm the only one who looks relatively human. Actually, I wonder, there's probably a way, and I missed this earlier, to change what my character looks like. Because there was in the previous, in Patchwork. It's just the choices were a little awkward. Being left with the Grande. So what the Grande worker is, he's one of these tall guys with a barrel in the back. Basically, because there's only 4 players, there's only 2 spots to put a character down, a worker down, in any one of these areas. But the Grande doesn't go in one of those spots. They can stand wherever they would like. So you can take an action even if even if the other one's spots are already full. And I am actually going to get started early. Wait, hold on. I'm going to be starting early with my harvesting because of the nature of my first order. So I'm actually going to harvest next with my Grande. Too big for the circle? He's not too big for the circle. Like, he could go in the circle. It's just that he doesn't have to go in the circle. There's definitely times... Okay. he can go in the circle. It's not a limitation. But yeah, so I have to fulfill this order. So I'm going to need to... I only have 2 red, but it's going to age 1 when the season turns. If it's off the vine. So I'll have 3 red and 2 white. And I'll be able to fulfill that order the next turn. And the aim of the game, I believe, is 20 or 25 points. I'm not 100% certain. Oh, wait. It is no higher than 25 points. Up to 20. Like, 20 points is win condition. We play out the end of that season, or like, not season, year. And it caps at 25 points, I believe. But then we start going down a list of like 5 or 6 tiebreakers, which is pretty crazy. Okay. So I'm actually going to pass because I want to save my Grande for my last worker. You can tell he's my last over here. He's going to harvest a field. And what we're actually going to do is we're going to place him in here, which means that we could theoretically harvest 2 fields, except we don't have a second one to harvest. But what it does is it blocks other people from being able to use that ability. So each one of these has like it has a spot where you get like extra worth out of it if you're the first one there. So you want to take that spot. Even if you can't use it, you probably want to take it to prevent others from using it. Is everyone else passing too? Let's see. Oh, I have to confirm. I have to confirm. So, Autumn, choose a visitor card. Okay. Let's try another summer visitor. Needs to confirm. I should probably also see. Oh, we get a banker. What does the banker do? Gain 5 lira. Each opponent may lose a victory point to gain 3 lira. That's actually... Oh, wait. Everyone else already has a victory point. I see yellow gained 1 through this. Red gained 1 through this. How did the last person get it? Was it a card? It may have been a card. A time limit? There is no time limit. There is no time limit. This actually, the first few times I've played this, we usually cut the game off early because people were still learning the rules. And it's very much a ramp up kind of game. Like, very slow, and then the points start stacking because you have a lot more. It takes a while to grow your vines. Just like a real vineyard. Like, if you start a vineyard from complete scratch, those first 3 years are probably not going to produce anything. Things need to get a little bit of time to get settled. But yeah, I want to play this guy next time. And we also can spend money to train a worker. Like, that would also be super useful. But first, harvest. And that's how it's gonna go. It also, it heavily, I feel like, depends on what kind of orders you get. Because again, there's the time, or card limit of 5, I think. There is a card limit. I think it's 5. It might be 7, but I think it's 5. And yeah, you can get like a crazy order that asks for champagne and like value 7 red wine or something like that. And if that's your first order, unless you go get new order cards, I won't say you're stuck with it, but like you have to cycle it out. It's a waste of a card. Let's see. And I mean, you could... Okay, is that a new wine order? You could do a card for that. Like this. So green's going first, it looks like. Red's going second. My turn. What do I go for? A new wine order. I get a choice of these two. Victory point or worker. Thinking about what I want. I could go for money. Because I'm going to be fulfilling the order over here. And that's going to be 1. Yeah, that's going to be 1 thing over here. And I think I'm the only one who can do that. Or actually, no, I can't fill it. I have to move it from the crushing pad into the wine bottles. Okay, right. So that's 1 thing. But theoretically, if I saved both my workers for that, I could finish that in 1 go. Like 1 turn. But if I want to do anything else, I only have the grande worker. So let's say I want to save the grande worker for training someone new. We're gonna go with this. I'm going last. I'm going last so I can do a lot of winter stuff. I have 3 actions for winter. It's not ideal, but it could be worse. Okay. And what I'm going to do is... I can't plant. Buy or sell. Okay, I'm gonna play... Actually, I'm gonna... I can't... Oh, I can't plant a vine. Oops. I'm gonna play a summer card. We're going to play the banker. Are they going to take it up? Trade a victory point for... Oh, holy shit. 8 victory points already. No, 2 victory points. That's 8 money. My bad. My bad. My bad. At least money is not directly victory points. But it sure makes it easier to get more. An action could not be taken because requirements were not met. Yeah, I can't play... Action could not be taken. So much money in the wine business? Yeah, I suppose so. I suppose so. I think I only know some local wineries, and it's a bit of a labor of love, I think. It's a labor of love. Not saying that money doesn't also come in. I guess there's, depending on like where you are, there may or may not be prestige associated with it, because if you're not in like one of the wine growing areas, your wine doesn't really carry that much prestige with it. 8 lira in just 2 seasons. Fair. Okay. I mean, we could be counting in thousands. But it's a lot simpler just to count in solid numbers. Please no decimals. Don't make it extra math. Okay. This is actually the only thing we're going to be doing here, because I want to save the rest of it for winter. The rest of it is winter. I'm going to figure it out. This may be a mistake. We'll see. I made a few big mistakes last game that caused me to lose. But it was somewhat tight for that, so. Planter, huh? I remember going to a winery and doing a tasting, and then finding out that they had on display, they had a machine, a grape pressing machine, like a very old-fashioned one. And then looking at the name on it, it was kind of oh, I know this name. And it turned out to be someone, how to put this? Someone local's relative, like a friend's relative, who donated the like wine pressing machine. It was just kind of sort of like, you're really Italian then. Like your grandfather had a wine pressing machine. Machine is probably not quite the right word, but like machine is the right word, you know? It's hand driven, but also mechanical. Not automated. But very much is this from the 30s? Is this from before or after the Prohibition in America? Okay, choosing visitor card. Doop, come on. Did it freeze? Oh, I have to choose. Like, I have to actually choose from these two. We'll go for winter. Yeah, I wish there was a little bit more, like, showing of, hey, interaction point. Confirm. Okay, marketer. Draw 2 summer visitors. Grape presses. It might be a grape press. I don't know. For someone who's drunk a lot of wine and visited a lot of wineries, I don't know all the terms. I know a few of the terms. Okay. Do I want to take this action? Guest speaker. All players may pay €1 to train a worker. Holy shit. Yes. We're going to do this. Sure, they get a victory point. So we just got a free worker. Ish. All it cost us was a victory point. Everyone did that. Everyone did that. Fake Italian? I never said I was Italian. I have never said that I'm Italian. I'm the foreigner. So just thinking, I think is it Brad Pitt? Who owns like an Italian or Spanish winery or something, and there was a huge kerfluffle about the fact that he has this winery and he loves it so much or whatever, but since he was divorcing Angelina Jolie, is that it? Like, he had to give her half of it or something, and she sold half of it to Russians or something. Like, a company, he was just like, no, please sell it to me. I would rather anything than, like, having to share this winery with people who don't care about it. It's just sort of maybe more like that. Bought into the family. Okay, what are we doing? Place a worker. Harvest. Wait, we harvested already. We don't need to harvest. We need to make wine. We're gonna make wine. Why can't I do that? Oh, because I'm selecting one wine. Okay, that's right. Because of the fact that you can combine different groupings, when I select these two, it thinks I'm trying to make a rosé. I can only select one right now. But I'll be able to make a second wine in a second. We're gonna make a second wine to fulfill that order. We're gonna make this. Bloop. Italia. I don't drink a whole lot of Italian wines. I've drunk a lot of American, and so I've drunk some Italian, some French, and some German. Drink local. Isn't that what you're supposed to do? Although then again, I mean, I have some Beaujolais Novo downstairs. I have it. Not in the cooler or anything, just out and about. Okay, we have one worker left. Actually, no, we have a shit ton of workers left. We're going to fulfill an order. We're gonna fill it this way. We're not winning, but we're getting closer to winning. And everyone's gonna have like 4 work. Oh shit, someone has 5 workers. Okay, we still have the grande. We can do that in training, and that's gonna make everything else so much easier if we build up our forces. Like, sure, I don't really have I don't really have any equipment, but that's okay. We can make up with it with sheer manpower. The workers will be happy about that, right? Or rather, maybe not happy. I won't be too upset. But I didn't get to check out the marketer. So the marketers... he looks a little like Stanley. Just a little bit. I think it's the square glass. Not square. Rectangular glasses, like the very sharp edge. So we draw 2 summer visitors and gain a pound. Or a lira, not pounds. Or fill 1 wine order and gain 1 extra. Okay. Okay. That would have been a good thing if we didn't have this available to us, honestly. But for now, this. Just kind of a... I got my workers right. The glasses and the hairline. Damn it! I wanted the green card. I only have Merlot. Do I want a wine order or do I want a visitor? I'll take a wine order. I don't have any right now. It's a good thing to work towards. Holy shit, look at this. This is the thing I'm talking about here. I had to have a red... I had to fill a value 6 red and a value 7 red. I don't have the equipment for either of those yet. That's a tall order. At least I'm passively earning income right now, but I have to do quite a bit to work towards this. Ugh. Okay, place a worker. We need to build a structure, but we also need to get some more vines, honestly. But the thing is, like, okay. Premise too short. I'm not that short. I'm not tall either. I'm not tall. Okay. We're gonna get some more vine cards. And hopefully we're gonna get something we can plant. We can plant both of these. In fact, this is really simple. This is really simple. A patron, huh? And a harvest expert. And they got... Oh, those are some... The hat wine order. The champagne order. The champagne order is going to be rough to fulfill. So that's what they're buying. It is nice at a hand you can see the different structures that everyone has. You can see, like, they've got quite a few things, and all I have is a trellis from the very beginning. I inherited a trellis. We're gonna give him 2 gold so he doesn't earn a victory point. Shit. That sucks. That sucks. We don't even get a cheap... Yeah, I can't afford anything there now. I can't afford anything. I just have to work towards... I'm gonna double check real quick. Like, what I need is... Okay, we have 3. I could afford the Merlot thing. But what I really need to work towards is getting a bigger cellar. I actually need both of these. Right now, actually, I'm going to plant, though, because I can plant 2. If I plant them in a different yard... Because I would plant them in a different yard. One of them in a different yard, I should say. I'm going to plant the Sangiovese in here, I think. I wonder... Okay, that's why. I'm planting it in here. Actually, no, wait. I'll plant it in here. Sangiovese in here. Because I eventually want to have 2 separate bits, like 2 separate wines, so to speak, to come out for this. In order to fulfill this, I would need to have like 2 fields planted. The white is going to go into here, though. Yes, I'm going to plant another grape. And it is going to be the white. And come in. The white's going to go in here, so we have a 2-2. It feels a little strange, but it's going to work out. It's going to work out. It's going to be beautiful. Have a good night, V. Have a good night. This is it for the turn. I'm almost done with my tea. I picked up audio software Reaper and been playing around with that a bit on trial. It's a little difficult, but maybe that might also be partially because of my audio setup. I want to say maybe it's just difficult because I'm not used to it yet. I'm used to Audacity. But I figure I should try and make that switch. Let's see. I had a plan, but what was the plan? I needed to make money. 2 summer visitors and gain a pound. Reaper Audacity is the barest of bones. Yes, I've seen what people can do a bit in Reaper. It's pretty neat. I just have to get used to it. I also am trying the trial of Melodyne too. I'm using it as more so a guide to tell me like how I should be singing. I don't plan on actually really like using it for like I'm using it as auto tune, but I'm using it to give myself a guide as to whether I'm singing a song properly or not. Because I can sing it, and how to put it? I'm getting better at sight reading too. Or like, is this called sight reading? Well, maybe that's not the right word. It's probably not. Sight reading's not the right word. I'm getting better at reading scores, I guess, sort of. And it's helping with that too, recognizing like, okay, so I have to keep returning to F here and trying to make sure that I'm actually returning to F and not accidentally like bumping myself up or down a note when I'm trying to do that sort of thing. Singing is a lot harder than it looks. Singing is a lot harder than it looks and sounds, I guess. Maybe not sounds. Yeah. But I think like sight reading is also more so for like it's the first time you've seen it and you're able to play it off, right? Yeah, I still need to put a bit of thought into thinking like, okay, every good boy does fine, FACE, that sort of thing. And it's really not fun when you're working with things that are up and down off the lines. I don't remember what that's called. There's a word for it though. Like that just throws me out. Singing doesn't look anyway. It sort of does though. I mean, I suppose like watching you can there's like a sort of way that you open your mouth when you're singing that you should be doing more often than not. Trying to like get open your mouth more tall and not wide for a lot of it, for instance. And then there's just like the general feeling of like, you should be forming your mouth like this. And it's kind of I don't. It takes a lot of effort to remember to like try and keep a more yawning type thing than anything else. Yeah, yeah. There's been a lot of talk of like, it'd be really cool if you could just, like stick your fingers in someone's mouth and teach them how to make the right kind of mouth shapes for it, or as close as you can because everyone's mouths are a bit different. But that's not really how it works. It's not really how it works. Okay, what was my plan? I had a plan. And that was I planted. I still have 2 workers. I have like no money because some bitch ass stole it. Someone swindled me. I can get a tour. I should harvest. I should definitely harvest, but I can't fulfill. So I need at least 1 saved. But I actually have 3 workers. Everyone's mouths are different. Everyone's mouths are different. I am quite thankful though that I think my teacher and I are like more similar than, or not maybe more similar than not, but like we're not too far off. Well, she's way better. She has years of teaching experience and also like years of practice of doing this. I'm just beginning to learn. But I guess we have like kind of similar voices, so it's easier for me to follow, I think. It's easier for me to follow. Okay. I had a plan, but I don't remember what the plan was. I can't really use that. What I need, I'm gonna have 4 money, unless someone swindles me again. I'm gonna have 4 money. So save a worker for here. I would like to train, but I probably can't. Unless I do something that doesn't cost me any money right now. And then I'll just have so many workers, but like nothing to show for it, so I think I need to just earn money. Into this. I was also really lucky in that I found some songs that I found a song that I wanted to practice, and I actually found someone who transcribed it as sheet music. So it was just kind of a very, I wouldn't say lucky, I guess a lucky find at best, but it also had like harmonies for it too, which is really neat. Not supposedly, but like I guess that is pretty nice, having a harmony guide. So that's what I've been using, sheet music. And let's see. Do I continue in summer? I have 2 workers left. The one for the harvest and one for training. Or no, I don't want to train. Fuck, I want to build. I could. Let's build this. And we're not gonna have any money. We're not gonna have any money. We're gonna be, there's a word for that. Like not land rich. House rich? Is that how it goes? Or house poor? It's probably house rich. Where you like put all your money into your house and you have nothing else really. Like you live in a mansion, but it's an empty mansion. And we have 1 worker left. We're gonna pass. We are going to pass. I still can't plant my Merlot. One day that Merlot will get planted. One day. I'm trying to remember if there's something. I haven't. This is, I want to say, the only worker placement I've played in a long time. I used to play a few more. I had someone in my group who loved worker placement games, Euro games, and this is actually really annoying. I think I'll take this. Like my card, it's gonna get filled out with cards I'm not gonna use. A bungalow house? Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
A bungalow house. So like a one floor place? I've only heard bungalows used in terms of, I guess, like more southern houses. It just kind of implies like warm weather. Man in the suburbs with a mattress, an Xbox, a TV, and nothing else. I think I've seen the memes of this, where they have like, yeah, the mattress on the floor, the TV, or they have like the single comfy chair in front of the TV, nothing else. The beer's on the floor. I can't really say a whole lot, right? I mean, like I have a couch. I have a rug in front of the couch, TV stands. I have the fireplace, the accoutrements for the fireplace. I have the holiday tree set up. Well, partially set up. I haven't put the ornaments on it yet, just the tree. I need to dig out the other box for that. You can't say it's uncomfortable. It depends on what the flooring is made of and how warm it is. If you have nice heated floors, or if you need a rug or something like that. And that just reminds me, I need a mat under the rug to keep it from slipping. Every time the cats step on it, they slide. They just kind of surf on it. Concrete? Ugh, that would get so cold. I don't even think you could... Just like, you can't really have a second floor, heated concrete floor, right? I don't know if that would work. Like, maybe wood work. It's just very heavy. Very heavy. Okay. Scholar. Draw 2 winter visitors or pay 3 gold to train a worker. Uh-huh. So we're gonna harvest a field. It's not ideal, but it's what we're gonna do. And we're gonna harvest this one because it offers us more stuff. It's not grape roast. I don't have grapes growing out of my hair. I don't. Okay. I have the lemony, the less licoricey. Lemon. I can't pronounce it. I keep wanting to say echidna, and like, no, echidna isn't a word. Kidney is a word. Echidna is a word, but it's neither of those things. Neither of those things. What is it? It is... This isn't it either. Where is it? Where is it? Okay. Echinacea. Echinacea. I'm not gonna grow grapes out of my hair just because I won. Or just because I'm going to win. Let's see. Though there is a case of like, if I have an alternate... Or other... spelling? E-C... Okay, I'm gonna type it. Let's see. Like this. I think. Yes. Yes, that should be it. That should be it. There's nothing else for me to do. There's nothing else for me to do. Just confirm. Scholar, just double checking. Yep, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Italia? I don't think it's an Italian word. I don't think it's an Italian word. Let's see. What kind of word is it?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of word is it? Echinacea. Echinacea is a cone. It's a cone flower. Okay. It is. Oh, it's American, and it's from the Greek word for sea urchin because of how it looks. Some are showy flowers, and some are endangered. I'm going to assume that the ones that the tea is made of is not endangered. But they're pretty enough. They're pretty enough. So we learned something new. We learned a new flower name. Echinacea. Echinacea. And they're cone flowers. Cone flowers. I keep wanting to say corn flowers, but I have different tea made of corn flowers, and that is... What do I want? What do I want? What does the scholar do? We'll do this. I almost never get the chance to do this. Syrah. Interesting. And we have the trellis, so we can plant that for 2 red. Trying to remember actually real quick. Okay. Okay, we probably won't need a yoke. That's not something we need in most games. This is only for like earning extra money. Or rather, oh shit. Oh, he doesn't have that. That's weird. I thought that was how he was getting a whole bunch of points, because he already has fucking 12. That's a lot of points. That's a lot of points already. Like, damn. Damn. How? Irrigation. Drawing extra cards. Oh, that's what he's doing. Okay. Or rather, that's one of the ways that he's been doing it. And then there's aging. I wanted to double check about something. Okay. So we can plant the Sura. That's the only thing we can do. Because we can't afford anything else, really. It's going to be a long time for that. We can only plant the Sura. And we can't plant it in here because... Actually, wait. No, we can't plant it in here. Because we can only plant a valley of up to 5 here, so it'd have to be planted here. Not necessarily bad, it's just not the most effective machine. Actually, wait. Just like planted at least 6, and I only have 3 cards down. She's just so worthless. I feel bad for saying that, but like, man. Okay, we're planting the Sura in here. Planting the Sura in there. Sura. My bad. Sura. Just how to make this a more well-oiled machine. I was not blessed. Mama and Papa didn't set me up right. I'm gonna blame the Mama and the Papa. I'm just making sure, like, do I want to... Like, it's so expensive. I have 4 more workers. Just like, Jesus Christ, 13 points. He has all his workers filled out. I want to say I should be copying him, but I probably... A lot of times you can't really copy someone else's moves just because you don't have the same startup as they do. And the same cards. Like this fucker. Useless right now. I could... I could save something for Winter Visitor, and then I could play these 2. So I could do the first action of this, and then I can do... Wait, okay. Draw 2 Summer Visitors, and then pay 3 if I don't want to train. I need money. Okay. It feels kind of like, not cheating, but it just feels really annoying to like give tours when there's something that would help make the tours more beneficial, but okay, I'm just thinking. I think what I'm going to do is I am going to end up playing with 2 winter cards. So I can draw more wine orders I can hopefully fulfill. And I'm also probably going to try and move some of these to glasses. What the fuck? What the fuck? Whose turn is it? Whose turn is it? Fuck. I don't have the money for this. My money is already earmarked. Okay. Okay. That's frustrating. There's been 2 swindlers out and about. Okay. We have 3 more workers. One of them is going to go into the glass. Another one's going to go over here. And then that just leaves us with 1. Which is going to be a case of... I kind of want to save it for winter. I think I do want to save it for winter. Let me just double check. You can also go into negative points, actually. They don't describe it in here, but it's shown on the board, actually. There's like a 0 marker for where you start, and then there's 5 spaces behind it. But only up to -5. You can't, like, make up more spaces behind that. I'm not certain if it's the case of, like, you tap out at that point, in terms of, like, you would lose a point, but you can't go back further, so you just stay at -5, or if it's a case of, like, you insta-lose, or you just can't take that action. Never really seen it go that way, though. Okay. Okay. Grande. Where does the grande go? Can I afford coins? I can't afford that. I could just gain lira. Or... Okay, I think I'm going to do that. Oh, we're gonna pass. We're gonna pass. You can't go bankrupt. You can hit 0 in terms of money, but victory points are not money. They're separate. They're separate. Computing. Visitor time. Let's make the choice even harder. I'm gonna have to toss so many cards after this. So many cards. Okay. The crush expert. Make up to 3 glasses. Or gain 3 and draw a wine order. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it. A benefactor. Uncertified one winologist. Volunteer crew. There's a lot of fancy stuff going on. Okay. Because we can't get that first spot, it's kind of a case of, oh, well, okay, we're gonna make 2 wines. Oh, wait. Actually, thinking back on it, it's kind of like, do we want to harvest first to have another? No, we don't. I'm going to make this, and then I'm going to make the white, even though we don't have an order that needs the white yet. Yes, we're going to make another wine while we can. But damn, 15 fucking points already. 15 fucking points. How? I'm going to be saving this replay to check it later. Like, how? Why is it in green? Why is it in bright green? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
15 fucking points. So we still have 2 workers left. Regular and grande. Someone filling an order? That's pretty simple.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I can't fill any orders. I can... Draw 2 wine orders. I'm going to use the scholar, I think, and hope that I get something that I can fill. Oh, no, I don't want this one. I want to use the scholar. I'm just gonna double check. Draw 2? Or gain money and draw 1. I'm gonna draw 2, just in case. I'm going to take just the cards. It's not, like, this isn't bad, it's just I need to spend the money on other things. Come on, give me a card worthwhile. Give me a wine order I can fulfill. Okay, I can't fulfill that. This is also going to be difficult. Okay. Not great. Not great. Not great. Okay. Other options I have one regular worker left. I can train. I can draw another order. And I can't fill any orders. Or I can just take a gold. A single lira. This is not good. This is not great. It's not great either. These are advanced. Normally I'm not quite so bad at luck-based games. Okay, how many do I need to draw down from? Okay, we aged. I only have to discard 1. So it's a hand limit size of 7. I feel kind of bad, but at the same time, like... Oh, I actually... If the next one I plant with her is actually going to be worthwhile. It just has taken a long time to get to that point. Like, this is really tempting. It's just that I'm not going to get there. I'm not going to get there anytime soon. So we're going to drop that. We're going to drop that order. There's no way we can fulfill it. Everything ages. I don't have nearly enough stuff harvested. I don't have nearly enough stuff harvested. Okay. So red took the victory point. Let's see. Another wine order or plants. Or do I just go first? I've been crying about money a lot. I'm gonna take the money. I'm gonna take the money. I've been crying a whole ton about the money. Let's see. AI computing. Irrigation. What do I want to buy? Or rather, it's not, I guess, what I want to buy, it's what I need to buy. At the same time... Oh. I see. Okay. Part of what they've been doing is they've been selling their yards. They've been selling their yards. I think it's this. Let me just double check. Whoosh. I'm gonna undo this real quick, but it's just like, you get 7 fucking money for selling your yard. I'm gonna actually undo this because I just wanted to double check, so that's what they were doing. It gets you a great money influx so you can buy better equipment real quick by selling your unneeded plots. Okay. When you plant a vine. I'm pretty... Hold on one second. Yeah, I have 3 cards, 2 cards. Planting Merlot will mean that I am going to be... it will mean the grower will be set off if I can do that this turn. But that's kind of like a multi-part process there. That's like 3 cards dedicated to this. Wait, no, 2, because I can use the grower for it. Okay. Okay, yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. It's not my plan initially. Hello, Rogettes. I'm losing very badly against the AI because I did not realize. Can I crack? Okay, a little crack. I need to confirm too.
Mm-hmm.
Posture checked. And I just have a little bit of tea left. I just realized I had a glass of water. There's no way I'm coming. He has 16 points. I have 3. I have 3. This is a bad game for me. Some of my initial cards are not super useful. And also, I didn't realize that I could literally sell off an entire vineyard lot for 7 gold. A real Italian? I'm not Italian. I'm an elf. I'm an elf. I don't think elves come in Italian flavor. Okay, I have that. I'm going to play my summer visitor.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to plant our Merlot here. And that means we have 5 points. 5 points. 5 whole points. Early losing by 11 in a game that goes to 20. The game ends at 20. There have been a couple swindlers. There have been a couple of swindlers in this game that have been effective. Like drain money or drain points. Visit Italian Twitch. I haven't really done a whole lot of like visiting Twitch in other languages at all. I think like the closest I've done has been listening to some people who have like, I'll speak for a minute in my native language if you like do this redeem. That's the most of it. So I've heard a bit of Spanish. You can't sit. No, that's what the swindler does. Not literally. No, I can't set their fields on fire. The most you can do is like basically say, hey, give me money or I get points. Like victory points. And a few other things slightly similar to that. Like there's one I think where everyone has the opportunity to train a worker for cheap, but for everyone who does that, you get victory points or you get money or something like that out of it. But yeah. Oh, well, there's also like he has 0 money and 16 points. Like that's not bad if he's got like all the equipment he needs, really. He's got 16 fucking points. And he doesn't have a large cellar. I've been getting like hit by the need to have large cellars for my orders, which is bad. It's fine if I have enough time to ramp up to that, or I can quickly ramp up to that, but I can't. Because it costs you. It costs? I don't know how much gold for this one. I think it's 4 gold? Gold. lira. It's 4 lira for the seller, and then 6 for that. And you get 7 for selling your fields. So if I'd done that early, it would have come out a lot easier. Let's see. But yeah, 5 victory points. Woohoo! And I have 3 workers left. One's going to be harvest, one's going to be filling an order. No, it won't. Actually, wait. It will fill the order. I can fill... If I harvest the 2 and 2, or if I harvest the 6, I can immediately fill this order, but it's going to be overkill. It's going to be shit. If I get to harvest both fields, I would be able... Wait, actually it depends. I would be able to fulfill this order, which would be a little better. But that would be the only order I could fulfill. And I don't have the cash to... I wouldn't have the cash to fulfill this last... Actually, wait, no, I can't fill that order. Fuck. I have blasphemy. I'm trying to figure out how to salvage this game, but I think it's way too far gone for me right now. This game is about... it's a worker placement Euro game about winemaking. And I am getting thrashed by the AI right now because I didn't sell my fields in the beginning to earn some extra cash, and I didn't swindle everyone else with the literal swindler card. So I'm trying to figure out how to move like my bits from here to here to here and earn points out of it, which is surprisingly difficult. I need better equipment to be able to open up this in order to fulfill this wine order. Like each of these purple cards is a wine order, and I need to have these. So like for this one, I need, I could fulfill it with this, but I don't have the 7. I need to get this seller to do that. A GoFundMe scam? I don't know if people would fall for that for a winery, honestly. I don't think so. It's also been already suggested, like, can't you set their fields on fire? And it's kind of a, no. There's also a physical board game version of this, and I guess the answer to that would be, like, you could literally set the board on fire. The more believable thing might be I mean, there's a traditional, like, table flip, but oops, I spilled, drink of choice on it, and that tends to fuck the game up too. Or the cat. Yes, entice the cat to do it, but this is digital. And also, we don't sink that low. We'll take the loss gracefully. Not every game is meant to be won. And I have learned something from this loss. I haven't actually lost yet, but when it comes, it's going to improve my game. Let's see. And that means the improving my game, meaning I can sell my unused lots and then buy them back later. That's what I need to do. Make up to 3 points. If you don't sink that low, your bank account will sink even lower in debt. You can't really get into debt in this game, though. You can go negative in terms of victory points, but you can't go negative in terms of money. I don't think there are too many games that allow you to actually take out loans. I mean, like, I'm sure there are. I just don't know of any. Because then I guess that involves, like, a banker, and that's kind of annoying, too. Okay. I could put my big guy out. I don't think... Oh, shit. I can't afford it anyway. What am I thinking? I can't afford it. Undoing. Like, there's nothing I could buy there that's worthwhile. It really really sucks to give a tour. Like, it sucks to have to rely on that. And I feel like I just fucked myself over, actually, by doing this. Because now I only have 2. I'm going to harvest. And then I'm going to... Oh, no, actually, I can't do this. I have to save him. We're going to pass. We're waiting for winter. Final fix. No. Although, I want to say, my model is getting worked on. My live 2D model is getting worked on. Actually, I wonder if he's going to be... My rigger is actually actively working on it right now. And I can, like... He's not streaming it publicly. He's streaming it on his Discord. And it's kind of a... I think he's working on the hair. But later this week, he's going to be working on the feet. And I actually don't... I guess it's not his first time. He's going to be working on, like, a barefoot model, roughly. But the first barefoot humanoid model, I think. Don't quote me on that. So that's going to be interesting to see. A visitor card. Let's see. What do we get out of the winter? Well, also, you'll see that I don't have a donate button here. And I don't have a throne link on here either. Although I am taking suggestions for, like, regular wish list things. More like, I guess stream things. I got an early present out of a capture card. And it was kind of, oh, great, I can set that up and then I can tag some other things on there for stuff that I should get. Like, oh, I can use my Switch, but the audio is going to be delayed unless I buy this extra cable. I can put that cable on the wish list. It's still usable until then, but I can put that on there. And then, like, oh, well, I have my Wii, but, oh, that needs extra equipment too. Well, I guess I'm going to... I can put on a cable for that. And then kind of a, oh, but the PlayStation 2 I have, or I don't have anymore, but I could get because I have the physical games. You need another cord for that? Well, okay. So it's just filling up my wish list right now. Various technical cords. And then finding out, like, oh, what about my NES? Like, what sort of equipment would I need to use that? And it's kind of a, yeah, no, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I can set up my NES to stream that. It seems very, very technical at this stage. I wouldn't even, like, even reading the guides on it, it's just kind of I know what interlace and progressive mean. I know what these numbers mean. I don't necessarily understand some of the other underlying equipment that's needed, though. I do have some training, some old training on, like, video stuff, but not enough to make up for this. And I figure, like, whatever's left over after the holiday, after family has gifted, then I'll just buy myself. PS2? What do you mean it's not ancient? PS2's not ancient. It still really hurts me to see, like, oh, what if I stream Vagrant Story? And people being like, that would go in the retro category, Prim. And then kind of a case of, I brought up, oh, I still think I have my, well, I think I sold my NES, but maybe I still have it. Not NES, I called it Nintendo. Like, I found my Nintendo, and it's kind of a, you mean your N64? Like, no, my Nintendo. You know, the one with the laser guns and Rob and stuff. I used to have a Rob. 2000? No. The PS2 didn't come out in 2000, did it? 2000's only like 10 years ago, right? God, it's been 22 years. It's going on, it's going to be 23 years. Dang. I didn't get the PS2 on launch. I got the PS2 probably like when the PS3 was out. I've been a system behind for a lot of things. Let me live in the past. Let me live in the past. But yeah, I have a PS3, but I guess it can't play PlayStation 2 games, which is a problem. But it can play PlayStation 1 games? There's all those kind of technical limitations too, depending on like what version of the PlayStation 3 you have. And I have a mix of games. CDs lying around. I say CDs. Yeah, like I guess they are CDs. Yeah, PS2 is retro. PS2 is retro. Also, hi, Chris. Yeah. Yeah, can be playing all the retro games I want in the retro category. A wheel. Look, the wheel's a really good invention. The wheel was a very good invention. I'm not that old, though. I'm not that old. I don't remember the wheel being invented. Okay. Holy shit, this is what I've been needing this entire time. We are going to... Oh, shit. We only get to play one. Actually... No. We're not gonna do this right now. I'm gonna undo this. We're going to harvest 2 fields at once, because we can. Yes, we're gonna do this. Oh, wow! Hello, Reverie! How are you doing? Weren't you playing Pokemon? Let me check. Does it matter if I do capitals? It does not. Yeah, you were playing Pokemon! How's that going? It's a new one, right? Thank you for the raid. And thank you for the follow, PMK. And thank you for the follow, Vice Peach. I was not the first person to test drive it. I'm only 350 years old. The wheel was invented far longer ago. For those who don't know me, I am the Evening Primrose. I am a garden elf. I bloom at night. I come out at night to play games. And Tuesdays are for tabletop, so I'm playing a board game called Viticulture against some AI, and I am losing, actually, pretty bad. But it's not my fault, because there were some swindlers lying around. Some swindler cards. And also, I did not believe in the power of essentially selling your fields, your wine fields, for a profit. I didn't realize that selling a field would get you 7 gold, and that's a really good boon. Let's see. Oh, hello, some dumbass nerd and Leshev. Let's see. Okay, we were making wine. No, we were not making. This entire board game is about making wine. It's a worker placement game, and it also has a physical copy too, which I have. Not in the garden, in my library. I don't keep copies, hard copies, in my garden because they'll get kind of wet and weird. It's better for them to be in a dry place. I am harvesting. And we're harvesting from the fields into the crush pads. Step 1, well, I want to say, like, when does the winemaking process start, really? Does it start when you plant the grapes? And invested in crypto? I remember when that first came out, and it was kind of a case of like, oh, I could do that, but it seems kind of like a waste because it's not worth anything. And it's kind of I should have done that. I should have done that when I was much younger. Okay. Confirm turn. We harvested 2 fields. So, like, they went from the fields into the crush pads. So it's kind of a case of, is this when it becomes wine? When does it become wine? It's like, Ship of is it Ship of Theseus? That's more about replacements, though. Actually, there's a word for the, like, stuff that goes, like the mash, the wine mash. I wanted to make multiple wines. Let's see. And I want to say, also, I am a PNG right now, but in the next like half month or so, perhaps sooner, I'm getting my first live 2D model, which is going to be based on this. So I'll still have pointy ears, green hair, yellow flowers, all that jazz. Let's see. Okay, we're going to be making wine. It's still kind of strange. Like, he got 16, and he's kind of been sitting there for a while. So I can explain the board a bit. So we're making wine through the years, and every year is kind of a grand rounds. Boo of physics. Let me check what he's working on right now. He is actually like currently. Let me check. Currently working on it in his Discord. Okay, I'm going to shout him out. I'm going to shout him out again. He's a rigger. And he's partnered with a artist, and together they worked on my model. And he's currently working on hair physics, I believe. Like, that's what it seems to be. He's streaming it right now in their joint Discord. Physics, yeah. So I don't know what the Boo of physics look like yet. Not yet. just I've only seen the face in action. I actually woke up right before stream and I saw like, oh, he's working on it, but I have to stream, I can't watch. Yeah, it's a little flat, but it's not like, it's the flowers covering it up. It's the flowers covering up, but yeah, it's not like, not huge. Don't have to make fun of me for that. You woke up in Oz again? I love a Mega Paladin. No, this is Italy. There's lira for money. And we have like grande workers. And I guess aside from the music, really, there's again the general look is Italian. Medium. Thank you, Peach. Yeah, but I mean, it's not like elves are known to be particularly like gifted in that department. It's not really that common, right? Elves are meant to be slim. That's my excuse. Let's see. And also, I would say the flowers kind of obscure the figure a little bit. Okay, let's see. I was going to play something. What card? No, I have to place a worker. To place a worker, to play a card. I am going to make... Oh, I can't harvest. I can make wine. We're going to make wine. We can either actually... Oh, wait. Oh. I can't play any more. Wait, if I use my grande, I can play the crush worker. If I play the crush expert, I can make up to 3 wine. And then I can't do that. But I think I'm going to do this because then that means... Wait, no. Wasn't there someone else? No, the Master Vintner. Fuck. So I'm limiting my equipment here a bit. I can make a... If I use the crush expert, I'll gain money. And I can... Well, I wouldn't actually do that. I would use the make up to 3 wines. And by making wine, they mean moving pieces from over here, the crush pad, into the cellars. So when I move it, it will be a case of I can move a 2 to the 2, 6 to the 6, a 2 to the 2. And every year, they'll age up 1 until they hit the maximum. Which they will switch between cellars as they age, but they'll max out at whatever cellar I've bought. I've bought. So I haven't actually bought this cellar yet, so they'll max out at 6. And you'll see here my order cards. My order cards are purple. They are more than 6, which is a problem. They're more than 6, which is a problem. Hello, dig it. Okay, I'm actually. I have a little bit of tea left. I have like a dribble of tea left. Let me drink that. It's a lemon echinacea. It's very. What? It's very strong. It's very strong because it's like the last drops. Let's see. And also, thank you for the follow on Mega Paladin. I missed that earlier. But yeah, so if I make 3 wines, I won't actually. The only wine I'd be able to fulfill is this, and will be with an overkill order. I'm able to fulfill with a value of wine that is equal to or greater to what's on the card. So I would fill it with the 4 red and the 6 red. Which is not great, because I could be using that on something like this instead. If I do this, I can't do it right away. Because I don't have any orders I can fill right now. And I don't need the first section of the card. Master Vintner, upgrade your cellar is really tempting at a discount. Super tempting. Or I can age an order and fill a card, but I don't have any orders I can fill right now. That would work with a stretch. Give me a second. Okay. Oh, I only had the one crack. Okay. Nothing hurts this time. Nothing hurts. Okay. That's actually... Yeah, I do noisy stretches. I also have some cats. Let me grab them out. They're not here with me right now, but they sometimes visit. They come crying. And this gray and white monster, he's my son. He's my son, and he stretches like I do. He's a very noisy stretcher. It was actually kind of like, it's very weird listening to him, because it's just kind of not all cats make noises when they stretch, but you do. Where did you learn it from? And it's just sort of he learned it from me, didn't he? Yeah, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. He's good. Mostly. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. I have multiple cats, but he's the one closest to me, I suppose. He takes after me. Okay. Cards. We're playing until 20. And the points are counted in these white circles with the purple outlines. I have 3 cats. Hello, Dirk. And hello, Malicious Rigatoni. 2 of them are, yeah, like kind of chubby. Their diet is like, it's not like I'm free feeding them. They get like X amounts. And they also have guarded bowls. They have like the fancy chip reading bowls, to prevent them from like eating each other. Yeah, 3 cats. 3 cats was not the plan. The plan was 2 cats max, but circumstances happened, and I had a garden visitor at the very beginning of my streams, like very when I first started streaming a bit over 6 months ago. I took in a stray cat. Well, I shouldn't say took in. There was a feral cat around my garden, and her tail looked mangled. And I ended up being the one out of all the neighbors to catch her and bring her to the vet, get her tail taken care of, which ended up with they needed to cut it down. So she's got like a little pug nub, It's a really cute little tail, but it was for medical purposes because that tail was hurt for like ages and ages. And she, it was a kind of a case of, well, if she wants to stay inside, she can. But then she needed to go through the healing process. And the neighbor's like, oh my God, it's so good that you took her in. And it's kind of, well, I guess she's my cat now. And she still doesn't get along with my other cats, which is a big problem. But she has her own space. So I have a garden, I have a home, and my home actually consists of 2 homes, if that makes sense. I have an apartment and a house. So she lives in the apartment. Thank you for the follow, Ian. So it makes things a little easier in terms of like being able to keep them separated and earn her trust. But she went from not wanting to be touched or near people, really, or like, maybe that's not the right way to phrase it. She would be okay being in the same area in the garden with me, but she wouldn't want any sort of like attention on her aside from like me giving her food or water. And even then, that would have to be at a distance, like at least a yard. But now she's coming up to me for pets. It's a recent development. It's been 6 months with this cat, and now I can pet her. No. Well, she's scared, yes, but the bigger problem is this monster. That's why I've called him like my son. He's a very jealous cat, actually, and he doesn't like me showing attention to the new cat. He doesn't like her, so that's the problem. I have to get them to be friendly with each other, but that's going to take some more work. And that step is going to be after she becomes more friendly with me, like when she trusts me more. Which will be coming up. Yeah. I never planned to have like 3 cats at a time. This is the second time I've ended up with 3 cats by accident. The monster was also not a planned cat. He was one that I found outside as a kitten, a very young kitten. Which also might explain why he's a bit attached. Yeah, cat issues. And then I have another cat who's mostly fine. She doesn't really get shown up a lot. Okay. I have time to lose here. There's no way I can catch up with a 11-point difference between me and first place. Let's see. Master Vintner. I was doing the like question of do I upgrade or age, but even if I age, I won't get enough to fill an order. So I think my best option was to crush expert and hope that no one else can get enough victory points right now for it to work. And I guess there's also the case of like I could harvest. Wait, no, I'm blue. I wish I could choose my color. I want it to be green or yellow. Or I can just straight up make wine first. But there's no point to that. Okay, we're gonna crush expert, which means this.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not doing the marketing. We're doing crush expert. And we're going to make 3 wines. We're gonna make 3 wines. 1. Oh, right, I could do this. Okay. We're gonna go with this. So the reason why it lets you do this is that you can combine. They show a little chart down here. If you combine a red and a white, you make rosé. That's absolutely not how you actually make rosé. But the game doesn't know that. Or rather, like, the game has to make some concessions for it. So the game has to make concessions. And the same with the champagne. Like, yes, 2 reds and a white. order absolutely make champagne. Or maybe I shouldn't say champagne. We're in Italy. It's not champagne. It is sparkling wine. It is sparkling wine. I only have one order that needs it, and I can't get it. So I'm just going to make smaller orders that are going to age up. Let's order one. We're going to... Yeah? We're going to make another wine. It's going to be a 6. It's going to get a little strange coming up soon. No, it's just how it works. There are some words that are only available or like should only be used if they're in a certain region. Although champagne, I think, has a star next to it because there are some places in the America you can call it champagne. They've been grandfathered in. I think it's a lot of California wineries. Maybe some New York ones too, but I think it's mostly California. Just like I think Wensleydale cheese can only be from Wensleydale, the place in England or UK. I don't actually know where Wensleydale is made. Like exactly, is it the UK? Is it, or rather, is it England? Is it Wales? I don't know where Wensleydale is. Yeah, see the sold sign? That means that they sold their vineyards. So they can't place any vines there, but that got them 7 gold, which is immensely important at the beginning. Somewhere in the north of England. Ah, thank you, Gail. Yeah, so I have a friend who was like raring to find some Wensleydale in America, but it was kind of a you really have to go to a cheese place to find that fromagerie. So I think she ended up just getting her sister to import it from England because her sister lived there. Because otherwise, it's just not Wensleydale, I guess. It's just not Wensleydale. Yeah, there's definitely some differences in where things are made, which is important in wine too. The ground is very important. The climate is very important. What side of the river is important? And I can imagine it's also kind of strict for things like cheese too. Okay, 1 worker left. Granted, this is not the ends. Let's see. We're gonna fill a wine order. We're gonna fill a wine order really badly. This is gonna be awful. Okay. We can't fill this one. We can't fill that one. We can only fill this one with a 4 and a 6. Yeah, this is overkill, but it gets us points. It gets us points. Yeah. I've done some not personally importing, but having relatives shuffle things back and forth. Ages back when Splatoon 2 came out, actually, there were those special controllers. I say special. They weren't functionally special, but they were visually special, and they were only being sold in the UK and Ireland initially. They were like, the left one was so there's like Splatoon orange and blue, I guess. So they were those colors, or maybe it was pink and blue. They were special colors, and they only sold them in a very initial run was in the UK and Ireland, and you could not import them because of the batteries. So, or rather, you couldn't import them by usual means. So I very kindly asked a relative if she could accept an order from Amazon UK and then bring that order with her when she came to America later that year. Like it was not that long. It was like a month difference, I think, between me placing the order and her coming to America to deliver them. Like, not for the purpose of delivering them, but just happens just as an aside. Sneaking some things with potentially explodable batteries on them on an airplane. But it's okay because people bring their Switches all the time, right? It was just the controllers for the Switches. There's no problem with that. No problem whatsoever. There shouldn't be. And then later on, those same controllers came out through Walmart, so it was just kind of instead of importing, I could have bought them from Walmart if I had just waited like half a year or something like that. People carry phones on them? Yeah, exploding phones on planes. Yeah. Uh, I could probably technically still carry my laptop on. I wouldn't want to because it actually will explode soon, I think. I need to start prying the components out of my laptop and figuring out how to dispose of the batteries because it's really not looking good. But the batteries are doing me some benefit right now because they're making it easier for me to pry the screen off. It's sticking out by like not a quarter of an inch, maybe like an eighth of an inch. Throw it in the ocean. I technically could. I don't think that's how you're supposed to dispose of lithium batteries, though. Like spicy pillows. Yeah. You carried your desktop tower? So that was on your carry-on? That must have been heavy. Okay. Do we want Victor? 17 points. So we still have time. We're catching up. It's just... Actually, wait. We're 8 points behind now? Is that it? Let me do some math. I'm also very not good with math. Let me check. 8 points behind. I was right the first time. Electric eels can use them. I don't think that they live in the ocean by me, though. I think it's going to take some time. In front of your legs. That must have been difficult. Like, I guess, depending on how heavy the tower is, but imagining like a normal tower, like thinking about, I definitely wouldn't want to carry that. And also, you could put it in the overhead technically, but lifting it into the overhead would be difficult. Okay, when are we waking up? We have orders that we can't fill. Okay, real quick check. If I... 6. I need 1 more money. I could theoretically... Fucking green. Sorry, looking at this, and green is taking the victory points, so he's gonna have 18 victory points. So he's probably gonna close up this turn. Age 1. Okay. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take the money. Because that's gonna give us... Actually, we're gonna build a structure out of it, too. You don't think yours would fit? Yeah, they're different sizes of towers. And there are the limits in, like, what you could bring in the carry-on. But sometimes they kind of fudge it a little bit. I went to Japan. And also I went to Hawaii. And I brought ostensibly a violin case. If you look at it, people have asked me, oh, you play the violin? It's kind of a... It's actually a doll case for a ball-jointed doll. But, it looks nicer. It looks nicer than bringing a duffel bag. Yeah, dolls. I have 3. Shit. How many dolls do I have? I have Lena. I have 2B. I have Ronko and Miku. I have 4 dolls. And I have 2 doll cases, carrying cases, for 4 dolls. But yeah, when I take them overseas, or in most places, I bring the violin case because it's less questionable. Bro, you don't even know. I've seen people who have dozens of dolls. I think, like, I keep saying, this is going to be the only one. This is going to be it. I'm cut off. And then they come out with the character that I want. Like, it was just going to be Miku. And then I got Ronko at a convention. So it was very spur of the moment. I wasn't planning on getting her, but it was a really good chance. And she had already been out for a while. And then 2B came out, and I got to see that on display, and it looked really nice, and kind of how can I pass up on her? Her face is really unique. It looks really good. And then Lena in Verse came out, and it was kind of Lena Slayers was my gateway anime, in a way. Well, I mean, if you're discounting... I should say gateway. maybe it's more of a case of it's the anime where I first knew it was anime. So, uh, I have not actually shown the dolls on stream. Uh, I want to say I don't have too many photos of them that I can really show off. Actually, let me grab one out. Maybe I can find one I can post. I really Miku is my favorite by far. She has the most put into her. She has multiple alternate wigs. She has multiple alternate eyes. She has a huge amount of photos. She has a huge amount of photos, and she has the most amount of outfits that fit her. Uh, I took her to Japan and I took photos with her, and they get lonely. And then when I went to Hawaii, I took photos with her at the beach, actually. Um, no one's gonna question it. No one's gonna question it. Who's gonna question it? So she got like, no, it's not. It's not lonely. I went to Dolpa, Doll's Party in Japan too. That was really fun. Although I think I got the wrong size outfit for one of them, for Miku. There. Okay. Let me see if I can find a photo. Oh no, I don't actually have any photos because of how the setup is. Maybe if I just turn this on real quick. Turn this back on. Actually, I should also be playing my turn. While I wait for the system to sync up so I can grab my photos. Or a photo or two. Like, do you want to see Miku in a bikini, or do you want to see actually, is it a bikini? I guess it's a two-piece. Are all two pieces bikinis? Hmm. Then I don't know if I can show Miku at the hot spring bath. And then I have Miku meeting some of my cats. That was not a good idea. I can't keep them on display because the cats really like them too much. They have not hard hair, but like wigs, proper wigs, and uh, it makes it a little difficult. The cats want to eat them. The cats want to eat them. Okay, Miku. And do I have? Okay, nope, that's not it. I think two-piece footwear or bikinis. All two pieces. Wait, two-piece. Oh wait, two-piece footwear. I was thinking like, do you mean actual two-piece footwear? Because I feel like that actually, I guess that couldn't really exist. Now that I think about it. Yeah. One of my cats also was rubbing. She decided to pick her nose with Miku's hands, and that was when I decided, maybe they shouldn't be on display. I don't want her digging with that. It's been rough enough, like, keeping the dolls clean from other things, especially when I do things like bring them to the beach. Shoes don't count. Shoes don't count for two pieces. Okay. Let's see. Photos. I have to remember, like, when did I go to Hawaii? How many years ago was that? Not here. Not this year. What year did everything happen? What year did everything happen? Let's see. Where is it? Uh-huh. Okay. I found them. Now it's just grabbing the right photo once I find it. There are nude beaches. There are nude beaches that you can go to and wear only your shoes. I want to say I've been to one, I think, but I was honestly too young to remember it. Okay, let's see. What's a good photo of her? Man, this kind of sucks. Looking through the photos, I I don't have any like prepared. They're all like pre work done, so to speak, if that makes sense. So it's kind of a case of like, I have like I want to say 5 shots. I have a bunch of shots. Which one out of these was the best shot out of all of them? Which one of these was the best shot? Uh, this might be the best shot. Wait, no. This might be the best shot. Shit. I do have editing, but it's more of a case of like I haven't actually bothered to edit them. Like I could do editing. And then there's kind of the case of like, what exactly do I want to edit? And I have, it's probably a better case to more so make sure that I do it right the first time, if that makes sense. Because there's a lot of times when you're taking the photos and then you realize afterwards, like, her eye is not quite in the right position, or her joints popped out a little too much. Yeah. I do have some edited photos, but not from this particular photo shoot. And they're not like heavily edited either. I've seen some really crazy photos. Like I do have doll stands, but I don't have a good camera for taking photos where I can make use of the doll stands and do the fake standing on their own sorts of tricks. Let's see. What year? No. What year? If I want to say, oh no, I didn't want that. I don't know if I would probably get like a really good camera for photo shoots necessarily. I don't, because of the plague and everything, I haven't taken them out for photos in a long time. And depending on some things, it's a bit like limited as to where I can take them, I think. And I feel like people would be a little bit more suspicious of like breaking out the violin case. Let's see. 87. This is gonna be huge, probably. Ooh, yeah, that's huge. Okay, let's fit. So this is Miku. She has her, this is the Red Riding Hood wig, and she has custom eyes. And she's wearing a two-piece from Volks. She's a Volks Miku doll. And yeah, I guess like you can't really tell it's Hawaii, but it's a really nice beach. It is a really nice beach. It was a very nice beach. Yeah. But she's a third scale. And she is the golden child doll. Oh yeah, no, I was worried about sand in the joints. I kind of emptied it out. Also, you'll notice that you probably can't really see it very clearly here, but if you're familiar with Volks dolls, like the Dolphy Dream System, they actually normally come in a two-piece body, so you can twist their torso. You can twist their chest separate from their hips. And this is actually a one-piece body, so I bought her a one-piece body too. So she wouldn't have that joint at the bottom of her rib cage. Holding her hands? No, I'm not that I'm not that sentimental about her, I suppose. Oh yeah, the eyes can be moved. Yeah, the eyes can totally be moved. They can also be swapped out. So these are actually like super customized because they're from I don't think they exist anymore, the people who created them. But I placed a special order for like uh, I want to say like extra small red eyes. They're not like actually extra extra small, uh, but mm, mm, they don't normally make them that size. So they measure them in millimeters. So like this is I think 18 millimeter eyes, meaning her pupils are smaller. Like a lot of people have their pupils larger, but I wanted that kind of red-eyed creepy look for her. So also you can kind of tell a little bit here, but her eyes are also a little old, and because they're custom and made of acrylic, I think. Maybe not acrylic. The material that they are made of have yellowed over the years, so she actually is kind of slightly yellow sclera. The other ones don't suffer from that, though. Hand-holding point of view? No one's looking my way. They were looking that way earlier. Yeah, yeah. I would love to get her actually like more customized, because right now you can't see from this image, but the reason why her eyes are looking the way they are, like that height, is because her pupils are not a full circle. They're actually cut off at the top. Because again, the eyes were designed to be bigger in the eye socket. So I kind of have to cheat, and I don't. She can never show the tops of her eyes because they're not going to be the same as the bottom. They're not going to be rounded the same. And I'd like to be able to get a set of eyes that do have that, but it's what's the phrase? I have to find someone to make them, essentially, because most groups don't sell them that way. Because most people don't want their dolls to look like this. Yes, Golden Child Miku. And the leader Jin. Yeah. But yeah, no, there was definitely sand in her joints. I washed her. I cleaned her out. She might still have some sand in her joints. And also her joints are metal. You can see. You can't actually see. You can. If you look at her right arm, you can see a little bit of gray, and that's the metal of her joints. So I had to be careful about like getting those wet too. But just like I replaced her torso, you can get replacement arms. She also has a bunch of replacement hands. I bought literally all the Miku large hands. She has large hands. They come in different sizes. The hands come in different sizes, and I have all the large hands. So yeah, she has a lot of custom parts. A lot. I don't have any other hands aside from what came with my other dolls. Aside from the Miku hands with the Miku painted nails. Yeah, she's big hand Miku, and initially it was because I wanted to like buy into one of the size systems without having to worry, and the smaller ones were more often sold out. And now I have them larger because I wanted to have her be a little bit more, how do I put this? I'm pretty certain that she's a Dolphy Dream. They come in different sizes, the dolls. So there's Dolphy Dream, which is I guess, they're like regular adult size. Then they have the Dolphy Dream Dynamite, which are for like the really curvy figures like Yoko Littner, Tubi, characters like that. When they need that extra boom, so to speak. And then there's the sisters, which are a little smaller, and their bodies are a little gentler, I guess. Like they're not quite so filled out as the Dolphy Dreams, which are not necessarily filled out. And there's also different chest sizes you can get for each. So like Miku is a Dolphy Dream, but she's still literally like the flattest chest you can get. So the larger hands kind of continue with that adultish look despite the thinness of her body. And so when I pose her with like my Dolphy Dream sisters, it helps make her look a little more adult and older compared to them, despite other body size differences. Because Ronko is, I think, a medium chest. Dolls with large hands? I don't know. What do they say about dolls with large hands? Do I have a photo of them together? Do they have a photo of them together? There's also a different size of doll, even smaller. I can't remember what the title was though, because there's DD, DDS. There's also boys. I think it's DDB for boys. Oh, and then there's God. They added another one. There's like two more that I've forgotten that are girls. Large price tag. You don't even know. You don't even know. I want to say like, hmm. I would guess how much money that the pieces of that doll cost me. And, well, and she's still not like the most expensive doll I could get. Large price tags. Yeah, large price tags. Most of them don't come with large hands. Yeah, there's another doll that I really want, but she's like $2,000 on the aftermarket. So I'm not getting her anytime soon. I'm not getting her anytime soon. Unless she gets a re-release, in which case, yeah, I'm getting her. She'll probably be like a $600 to $800 doll. That's the baseline. So like for the hair, for Miku, the hair came as part of an outfit set that was like $100. The eyes were $30 for that pair, ish, Canadian conversion rates. The outfit was probably like maybe $50. It also came with a jacket, which was pretty cute. The hands, I think, are like $20 a pair. They might be more. And the one-piece body was probably another like $50, maybe more. I'm not 100% certain. Prohibitively, I was into dolls before streaming by a large margin. I need somewhere to put the extra cash. And also, I could probably sell a lot of the pieces of this for making back a lot of it because, again, like, things go out of stock. Things go out of stock. Things happen. People want to customize them. You want to make your own character that has the same face as Miku, but you don't want the painting on it. Too bad. You gotta buy a Miku doll and you gotta strip the paint off. Or you have to find one that's already been stripped. Yeah. Dolls are expensive, but I didn't buy a camera because I was busy buying dolls. Not taking good photos of the dolls I currently have because I'm enjoying their company too much. Not in that way, though. Not in that way. Okay. I'm losing this game. We are not planting. Kind of like, should I sell? I won't have to worry about money then. But at the same time, like, I don't need money. I need stuff. We're gonna build a structure. We're gonna build this. And we're gonna try and work on these orders. Car decaling that you can bring on your trip. Yeah, I could be into cars, except I'm not. That would be more expensive, right? People with their extra cars. I could be into cameras. That would also be expensive, wouldn't it? A lot of things are expensive. A lot of things are expensive. Cycling can be expensive, depending on what you do. Hiking can be expensive. What is truly... Well, I would say, like, what is truly a cheap hobby? Yeah, life is expensive. I've had cheaper hobbies. But dolls is probably one of the more expensive ones. Headphones? MP3 player brick? My headphones are only like 300-ish. Maybe 400 at most. But they're also like... They're honestly fairly old at this point. They're over a decade old. MP3 player brick? You mean like old MP3 players? I guess if you're into... Well, actually, I guess like tech collecting could be really expensive or really cheap depending on what you're into. Okay, so I bought that. Now it's kind of a case of, do I want to... I need to harvest. Oh. You know what? I could do that, actually. Depending on if someone else is going to sell their field or not. I'm probably going to do that just for the victory point. Yes, but then again, these are headphones that have lasted me literally for a decade. They are my primary headphones. They're, if you've ever seen K-On!, the anime, Mio has a set of AKGs. I have that set. That's my set. um, mm, mm. And they're really nice, but they're also not actually, like, I hate to say it, they're probably not the wisest thing for me to stream with because they're open back. So, and this has happened to me when I'm recording things. Uh, if I'm playing stuff too loud, I can hear it in my microphone, which is a problem. But I don't really want to buy another pair of headphones that are going to be closed back. Yeah. And also, their cords are replaceable, and so are the ear pads. So, like, I've done that. The Fio M17. Fio M17. What is that? I feel like I've heard of it. I also know a lot of people who've gone through, like, 3 or 4 pairs of headphones. Expensive headphones, and I still have my first set. But then again, I want to say I'm kind of gentle on them. They don't have to move anywhere. They stay in one place. I don't have a stand for them, but I think a stand would actually be a problem considering how these headphones are set up. Oh, Fio. I looked up the Mi 17, and it was coming up with, like, Russian military equipment. Portable desk M17. Oh! Oh! I think I have an amp. Like, I have a little portable amp, actually. It works decently enough. But it is kind of annoying. Like, you have your phone, and then you have, like, the little... what do I have? I have it, like, right in here. Hold on. What? Tucked away in the garden. Okay. What do I have? Oh, hey, look! Actually, I do have a Fio. That's why it's familiar. I have... I have a Fio headphone amplifier. No, my amp is not... It's not $1,000. It's not. It's pretty small. I don't remember how much it was. But then again, it's like, it's just for making things sound better on the go. What model? It depends. The model, like, I have to check. Let me check. There's a name on it, and I don't know if the name is the model. Okay. Okay, I have a Filo Kilimanjaro. Kilimanjaro. That's what I have. It's a booster. So, that's a no-frill kind of thing, apparently. How much did they sell for? How much did they sell for? Oh, it's like 50 bucks. Oh, wait, this is Euro. And it's also discontinued. I got it years and years ago. So, not a big thing, but that's why it was familiar. Something like that? I don't know. I don't have a record player. I don't have a record player. Sometimes I think about getting one for on top of my fireplace, but I don't have any records. And also, I'd be a little afraid of the cats. And also, like, do I really want to get into record collecting? Then I need space for that. Like, sure, it would look good on top of the fireplace, but... 1/3 of a Miku arm. I was gonna say, they don't sell them in, like, thirds, and that's kind of a wait. Actually, no, they do. They do. I could just buy the forearm, I think. Okay. I was going to upgrade? No. Play Summer Visitor. Let's see. Nope. We sold. We have 3 more actions. We're gonna do it all in winter. All in winter. All in. I have 10 points. I'm only 7 points behind. I never asked. I want to say... I want to say, Volks is a company that doesn't really do sales. Like, they sell what they sell. I've been very lucky in some cases where I've been able to like pick up in office, which is not a benefit that everyone gets. Records or cassettes? A player? Ah. Just for like collectability purposes, or like maybe in the future I'll be able to play it. Market and prices for stuff in science in itself. Yeah, I could see that. Like trying to. I've definitely seen, I feel like that in the adult market a bit. Like people putting up, okay, if you want this doll, it's going to be $5,000. What they don't actually tell you is they don't have it in stock, and they're only going to get it. They're going to buy it off of someone else for a bit cheaper. When they get that $5,000 order, because really, the doll only sells for like maybe 2.5, $3K on the secondhand market. But you see that eBay listing for 5K. You see that eBay listing for 5K. Kind of a, well, I could wait around for it, or I could buy it right away now. Expensive umbrellas are cheaper than dolls. Would you say so? I guess, yeah, I guess umbrellas are pretty cheap. I haven't bought an umbrella in a long time. Last one I bought was Ava branded, which was more expensive than normal. It was an import. I'm still a bit sad about that umbrella, what happened to it, but we're gonna pass. Actually, wait, it's just kind of a... We are in... Hold on. I'm gonna undo real quick. We place there. Okay, no, never mind. Undo. I just want to skip, and I wanted to make sure I wasn't skipping through winter. Because I wasn't paying attention to the side. Over here it tells me what the season we're in, and I totally ignored it. So I just want to make sure that I'm not skipping through winter. I've made some really... This is my second time playing the digital version of this game, and the first time I made some really dumb mistakes, like mistaking purple for blue. I swear I'm not colorblind. I swear. Wait, your golf umbrella can carry 3 people? Really? I'd like to see that. I'd like an umbrella to carry me. Very... Howl's Moving... Is it Howl's Moving Castle? Which has the moving umbrella? Yeah, just take me away, umbrella. And then he turned into a prince, didn't he? Sorry to spoil Howl's Moving Castle, if you haven't seen it. Sorry. Yeah, the umbrella turns into a prince. I guess he can carry you in either form. But the umbrella seems a bit more fun. Very pogo stick. I feel bad for always getting autumn, but we can use autumn right away. Have a good night. Have a good night, Peach. Okay. Confirming turn. I really should, after this, go in and uncheck the mark for confirming turn. It has some uses. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The Zymologist, what does she do? It doesn't have an engine yet? You don't necessarily need an engine for it to carry people. I've been on... well, a little different. If you've ever... I don't remember what the word was. It was a multi-person bicycle, but it wasn't like a... It wasn't a 2-person bicycle. It wasn't a 3-person bicycle. It was a... like 12-person bicycle with a bench. So you didn't even have to pedal if you didn't want to. If you were too drunk to pedal, you could tap out. Because it was a beer tour bike. I'm not that short. It's 5'5". I say 5'5". I'm almost 5'5". I'm like a quarter of an inch off. Quarter of an inch off. At my tallest. I'm not. Although, I want to say... So, if you've ever been in some places that are effectively a wind tunnel, you could kind of ride an umbrella that way too. It's not a very fun way of going about it, getting blown about with the winds with your umbrella, but I've come close to it. It's not short. It's like, it's not really short, but it's also not really tall. It's just a comfortable middle setting, you know? Comfortable middle setting. It's not good to be, well, I mean, I shouldn't say it's not good to be too small, but like, I have a lot of shorter relatives. My mother is fairly short, and having to ask other people to reach for things is kind of embarrassing, you know? And I still have to do it even at my height sometimes. So like being even shorter, like having to grab out the stool, having to have a stool is a little bit annoying. But at the same time, I guess there have been some use cases, some good use cases for it too. It makes it easier to do some things. Make up to 2 wines of value 4 or greater, even if you haven't upgraded your cellar. Fuck. That would have been really useful. And, oh shit, the game's gonna end. I'm 10 points behind. I'm 10 points behind. There's no... The only way we could do this is if we harvest and then fill. Using the Master Vintner. So we're gonna harvest. We have to harvest this one. Actually, no, this is fine. This is fine. We're going to, because I was just thinking like, wait a second, we could theoretically make this order, but they're actually effectively are the same. The only difference is going to be how we play out this last turn to end up with this. Jumps to pull the fan switch? Oh. I want to say, I haven't actually turned, I have fans as well. I don't have to jump, but I also don't often turn them on because I've talked about my clingy boy cat, and he's actually afraid of fans. He is deathly afraid. It's scary. I don't want to say scary. It's really cute, but really depressing. I didn't realize it until I moved into my new home that he was afraid of fans. It's not the first time he's seen them. Actually, yeah, it's not the first time he's seen them. It's just the first time really interacting with them. And I picked him up, and the fans do not have to be on. He just does not, regardless. It's the overhead fans. He's afraid of overhead fans. He's not afraid of floor fans, but he doesn't have a lot of exposure to them. So I guess I can't say one way or for another, like, oh yes, he's afraid of box fans, because I don't think he's ever seen a box fan. But yeah, overhead fans. They don't have to be on. They just have to be, if they're on, he's afraid. If they're off, and depending on how much contrast there is, if he can see it from the floor level, he may not enter that room. If I pick him up in a room where there's a fan that let's say the fan is white and the ceiling is white, he will suddenly realize there's a fan there once he gets picked up, and then he'll frantically jump out of my arms, out of the room. Yeah, they could fall on you while you're sleeping, even while they're not turning, I guess. If they're poorly installed. I don't think they're poorly installed, but I didn't do the installation or oversee it, so I can't say for certain, but I'm not dead yet. I don't think I can... The Swindler card has already come out twice. I don't know how many Swindlers are in the deck. Fans could be here. Yeah, he's... Yeah. Fans could be here. Fans are here. I'm just thankful that he's slowly gotten used to them while they're off, except when he's picked up for the most part. Because there's a fan over the bed. And he seems mostly okay with it, but again, it hasn't really been warm enough to be turned on. I kind of don't really understand why there's so many fans, because, like, it's not really that warm. It doesn't get that warm. And if it does, I can open the windows. It's no big deal. Get a nice garden breeze going. The elevator could fall to the grounds? Yeah. I'm actually a little sad that this home I have, does not have, like, a dumbwaiter or something, because that would be really fun, but also, I guess, dangerous for the cats. Okay. So I have 2 more workers left. The game ends because 2 people have hit 20. So what I have to do is... How do I do this? I harvested. I have to age. Okay, next step is going to be, like, making wine, actually. Making wine is next. And then it's just a case of, how do I fulfill this order? Which order do I fulfill? There's no way I think I can fulfill 2. I don't think, actually. Let me check. I can't see. I'm going to undo real quick so I can see. Okay, there's still a space, so it depends on whether or not I can play regularly here. Actually, I can't, because I have to age. And then I only have 1 character left, so it doesn't matter which one I fulfill. And they're both worth 5 points. I'm only going to lose by, like, 5 points, which is kind of amazing when I look at it. Oh, I might actually only lose by 4 points if I play the marketer. So, if I do this, I'll be able to fulfill this. Exactly. And then I'll have a 2 left over, but it's not actually. No, I need this. The other option is I make... Yeah, no, I'm gonna make this one, because then I can fulfill it. So we're making a rosé through the terribly inaccurate means of combining a red with a white. That's not how you make rosé. Dumbwaiters are more dangerous than elevators? Yeah, I learned an important lesson. I'm not upset with losing. Losing happens. I've played enough board games to know that you can't win every game. As long as you learn something from it and have fun. Even if it's against an AI. And also, every game that I get in here means that when this gets broken out once more in, like, cardboard form, I'm going to be that much more competent about it. So, practice. Practice. Okay, confirm. Be good all the time and never make any mistakes. That only happens in Final Fantasy XIV for me. God, the time I forget Cardia. Speaking of which, I beat Final Fantasy. Okay, I can't say I beat it, but, like, I hit 90 in all my classes. I'm very happy with that. I'm so happy with that. And it's just kind of a case of, now what do I do? I'm gonna fill the wine order. We're gonna fill this one. 5 points. And that's our last worker. You don't rig the dice. Oh, I have to actually click on the things to fill. Right. Okay, I'm gonna fill it with this. So slightly going over, but not the worst thing. Although, I do know some people who I feel like have rigged dice, but, like, rigged the wrong way. Not on purpose. It's just she rolls a shit ton of 1s. She's really unlucky. We actually did bring out there's a test you can see if your dice are imbalanced. I don't know if we were able to add enough salt to make it work before she was just like, whatever. But we did try that. So the test is supposed to be, you basically make a very salty water, and then you put the die in the water, the salt water, see which way it tends to go up if there's a certain pattern. Um, and yeah, I think she tapped out before we got it to properly float before we did the test, but I should do that with some of my dice. The ones that aren't metal. Okay. We have nothing else. We have no more workers. We're tapped out at 16. We're tapped out at 16. Wait. What? We can retrieve our grande worker. And he'll get a point for each one who can do that. That means we have one last move. And then it's kind of a case of... I've never seen this card before, honestly. More of a case of, I don't think I can do anything that will earn me points. Because I can't fill this order. I simply can't. So I don't want to do this. I don't want to do it. There's no point. Is anyone going to take advantage of it? Depending on how things run, though, it's just kind of, well, 2 people with 20 and 2 people with 16. That's not the worst, right? Kind of we're going through the, oh, you know why we're going through all this aging process? Because this matters for ties. There's a list for things for ties. So if people have the same amount of points, you go through the list. So the person who has the most gold. And then if they have the same amount of gold, then you go down to the value of your glasses in your cellar. And if that's also a tie, you go down to, okay, what's the value of the grapes in the mash? And then if that's also a tie, you go down to like the number of workers that you have. Who has the biggest vineyard? And I honestly don't know if the case of whether you count the number of equipment you have as like a final tiebreaker, I would have to go grab out the actual rules for that, but it's a possibility considering they show it on here. So, yeah. We didn't do the worst, we didn't do the best. We didn't do the best. Also just realizing, like, wait a second, the colors don't match up. The colors are wrong here. Because red is 16 points. Blue is me. I didn't have 20 points. Local player is yellow? This is not right. There's something wrong here. I'm going to just take a quick screen cap of that. I'm gonna save the replay because this is really weird. Let me check. So green. Yeah. It's... Interesting flaw. I don't actually have any water on me right now. I'm gonna refund that one. I don't have any tea to drink. I didn't grab my water. I didn't grab my water earlier, so I only had the tea. Thank you for the head pat. That's her. Oh, I rejected the wrong one. I'm gonna reject both of them. Obfuscating the colors, that's why he won. I want to say there are some problems with some board games where it is legitimately hard to tell the difference between some of the colors. Like they didn't do the proper print pre-production. So it might be really difficult to tell green from blue or blue from purple or yellow from red. Less likely. More often green from blue is the hard one. Whether it be like the figures themselves are difficult to discern or it's the printing on the tokens or on cards. And that has been an issue for some games, especially if your lighting is more mood lighting and not clinical board game playing lighting. Which is also one of the reasons why I tend to play... Like, I like playing green when I pick colors in games, but more often than not I'll pick yellow just because it's a much more readable color on the board. And there's also the case of like, does it read well against the actual backing of the board? So like green on this board doesn't pop very well. So it feels like metagamey, I think. Versus if you're picking red, if you're playing red, people are going to know the moves you make because you're going to stand out on this board. You're going to stand out. So if you want that like extra level of sneakiness, match your token to the board as best you can. Okay. I think with this I'm going to call it a night. We played a game. I would have liked to have gotten 2 games in, but I don't think I have that. I have to do some practice of something. Let's see. Where do we go from here? Callie is chatting. Would you like to go see Callie? What is she chatting about? She normally starts up around now, so I don't know what her plan was for today. She should be just starting. I think we're going to go... Oh no, no. There we go. Okay. Normally, I feel like if I check to see if is there anyone else playing board games? Or are there any other VTubers playing board games? The answer is probably going to be no. It's really, I don't want to say it's depressing, but it kind of is depressing. One day. Like last week I did get a game in with other people. I don't know. A box for my avatar? A box for my avatar in some games. What do you mean by that? Actually, wait, before I quit, before I start the raid, I'm gonna... Okay, if I exit game, is it gonna like exit the entire system? I hope it's not going to. No, it's not. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick test. So this is like the main game, and we're gonna do it real quick. Like, can I switch what my character looks like? Because sometimes... Oh! Interesting. Okay, now you know my name in this system. Okay, these are the characters we get to choose from. Oh, I can be a spooky, scary skeleton, or I can be a pumpkin. I was lucky in Patchwork in that I was able to choose a character that kind of sort of looked like me if you like squint really hard and pretend I'm Patchwork. And here it's like, oh, these are all humans. Excellent. I guess I'm going to be a pumpkin. I'm going to be a pumpkin. Okay. But I guess that's also in the case of... That's probably only in the case of... Oh, actually, wait. More games. Okay, I thought it was going to be a case of like, more skins. Because Patchwork, again, by the same group, had more skins tucked away in one of these buttons. A raw green screen PNG. I'm hoping that by next time I play this game, I won't have to rely on that, and I will be live 2D, so it'll be a little better. I wanted to try and do full screen, but I can understand. And also there might be a case of being able to add like a actual border around it too, because I understand that like green hair against a green background may not be great. A face cam? Ah, I getcha. I understand that. Okay. Yeah, I could test that out. It'll be testing. But first I have to get a good background for that. I should take a photo of the garden. For that. It will not... Pink screen. Yeah, it is a pink screen. So, yeah, have a good night. Before that, on Tuesdays I play board games. Wednesdays I do longer form things. This Wednesday I'm going to be continuing my playthrough of Vampire the Masquerade, Coteries of New York. I am days and days in. I'm playing a high-heeled venture lady. It's only slightly going sideways. I have the playthroughs, most of them up on YouTube as well. And on my VOD channel. And on Saturdays, I do new games usually. One-shots or something like that. Or special things, like I've done karaoke. I've done a play with chat on for Halloween. And this week is going to be Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, fresh playthrough, because I'm testing out that capture card. Sunday, I read. In this case, it's Dungeon World Tabletop RPG book, and we are going to be reading all about monsters. But in the meantime, thank you for coming to check me out. Thank you for the raids as well, if you're still here, and have a good night.